Hello friend, Amit is here. So I'm going to explain today how we can achieve SQL functionality in the means coding standard with help of providing all like a data access object kind of a structure, and how we can utilize a query itself there. Means we are going to see that in real environment when we are really going to develop a project, and when the in organization they are developing a Hibernate related application and they are using some SQL query. So basically I would recommended that just go through that my two video before proceeding this one, and try to understand the basic concept of Hibernate. I already explained about that Red Hat PDF document. There they explain about the SQL, as well as I created one a small code kind of thing. There I show you that how the all clauses, the main clauses of SQL we are utilizing. So here SQL is a object oriented query language. It's similar to SQL, but instead of SQL using a table name or the column name, here we will directly use the class name and that property name. So here SQL syntax is a various statement, name query, native query, and association and aggregate, etc. So I will see that all the functionality one by one. We will create one project and we will push all the functionality inside that project, and we will run and we will check that how the SQL functionality is working. So before going to proceed that project, we have to just quickly define about the SQL one again. So SQL is an object oriented query language similar to SQL, but instead of operating on the table and the column, we are means SQL work with persistence object and their property. So for example, if you check any query like MySQL query or Oracle query, there what we are doing, we are directly performing our operation on the table basis or on the column utilizing a column name. For example, we would like to select a customer who belong to the Chennai or something, so or we would like to select all the customer who from the customer table. So we will write the query like a select star from customer. So here that customer, that exactly same name belong, that will be a name available in the table inside the database. But when we will writing a SQL query, here when we write like the from customer C, so that customer means that is not a table name, that is a class name that we created in our application. So main thing is that here the SQL work with persistent object and their property. Inside that something we would like to retrieve, then we will directly write like customer ID something, and when we will work in the SQL kind of thing, there what happen, we can work on the particular column name, particular table name. So this is the main difference between SQL versus SQL. SQL is the superset of the JPQL and the Java persistent query language. A JPQL query is the valid SQL query, but not all SQL query are valid JPQL query. SQL is a language with its own syntax and grammar, so it's easy to understand, because like that we will retrieve some product from P, so we will directly write a query from product P, and after that we can do that operation with help of the P. So the same thing we are using our object oriented query language. Like that, if we create a customer object and we retrieve customer ID something, then we can write customer C equal to new customer and C dot ID. The same thing we can utilize here from product P, and after that P dot something we can utilize. So SQL query is translated by the Hibernate into the conversion SQL. So what the dialect we will provide, like a Hibernate, MySQL dialect or anything, so automatically Hibernate internally they will convert the particular query to that particular database query. That's the reason when we are writing a Hibernate query and we will point that we are going to deal with the MySQL, then internally Hibernate runtime system is responsible to create a Hibernate query, and it will be it is responsible to convert MySQL related to MySQL query. The same scenario if we would like to convert, means deal with the MySQL to Oracle, or we would like to change that database, so we can change the database easily. So this way we can achieve that. So here it's a database independency is there. Anytime we can change the database, we no need to change any code, we just need to change the configuration. The configuration file, if we change, we will point to that session factory. Now we are not going to utilize MySQL. Now we have to require to utilize Oracle. So we just change that configuration file where the registered URL, driver class, username, password, dialect, all kind of thing, we just provide that to Hibernate runtime system, and Hibernate runtime system is automatically, now if they are dealing with the MySQL, then they are generating a MySQL query. If they will suddenly switch that, and they will generate a Oracle when we provide the Oracle editor configuration inside that Hibernate configuration document. So actually the main thing is that Hibernate query do not allow you to alter the database structure. We can alter only the data inside the table. So also this thing is there. So alter is there, we already see that. Update we have. So update alerts the detail of the existing object in the database in memory entity. Manage or not will not be update to reflect changes resulting from the using update statement. So update statement we can use, and delete statement we can directly use, like that, delete from path, and we can assign some query. So this thing we will see in our project. Like select is there, that I already explained about that select. This select. So an SQL select is used query the database of the classes and their property. Here the syntax of the select is like that, select, and we will provide something property from which class you would like to provide, like a from customer SUT. So select, we have to select the distinct element, or we will provide the condition, through that we can select the particular products or that part of the object, or we can retrieve the object through the particular condition. So here where clause is there, that I already we see that how we can utilize a where clause. Group order by is there, group y is there. So average, sum, mean, max, count with the distinct, count with the all, though this thing is there. So and we already see when we walk through that Red Hat document, we see that how we can merge the multiple different queries into the single queries. So we have the sub query, and we can add all the sub query, and we can merge it the sequential. So now what exactly I am going to do here, I just going to create one project where we can utilize all the concept, where we can utilize a different query, and I will show you that how the exactly in how exactly we will utilize different kind of query. So here the structure wise I created the same thing. I already explained about that. If we want to follow the coding standard, then you have to create some data structure object, template kind of thing, singleton kind of thing. So same thing I applied all over here. If you're not aware about this few design pattern, then please go through that my previous video, and you can first grab the knowledge about the how we can utilize a DAO, how the DAO interface is working, and how its implementation is there, and how we can call directly a template classes to get that all the functionality. So we will start with the DAO. So whatever the functionality we would like, we will put inside the DAO, particular DAO itself. So here what I created few class where we are going to do multiple operation. So here I just okay. So we have all are the abstract method, like a guest customer. We will pass that particular customer and we will get the information. We have update customer, through that we can update the customer. We have delete customer, we will delete the customer. And here we have a, so deleting customer will pass the particular ID and delete it. We will get the customer by ID, we will get customer by email, we will get customer by card number, we will get customer here the list of the all the customer, we will get customer here, will pass that 2 integer value, we will get customer by city, will pass that particular city, and we will get all the customer who belong to the particular city. Here this method is responsible to get customer by city. Again we will pass here value and we will pass start value or int value. So this method is the pagination concept, where for example we want to retrieve the customer Tata Sky customer or DTH customer who belong to the Chennai. So when we will pass this query, maybe it's a 1 lakh or 1000 record will be returned back, but our system is not taking at a time that much, that not capable to take that much record at a time. So what we will do, that we will use a pagination concept. So I will tell that server at a time what the query will be returned, but at a time I need only 10 record or 20 record that we are going to show inside that particular means form or table kind of thing structure. We would like to show you that, and next time when we will fetch, that time you will remember the particular thing of what exactly we fetch that, and you can increase again 10 record and you can increase. So this is just like a pagination concept. We will click page 1, page 2, page 3, page 5, like that. Google search, we will searching something, and then Google have a lot of record. Then what the Google is doing, Google is providing that record with that pagination. So we can, our scroll rolling file, this kind of thing is there, we can utilize that functionality here itself. So here we have a, here we have a pagination concept in get customer by city. Here get customer by name string. So we will pass the customer name and we will get the name. Here again the get customer by name, that is a pagination concept. We will pass the name, and after that start value and total value what we want, that is a pagination concept. According of that method is responsible to return back the list of the customer. So this one is the get customer by card type. So we will pass the card type, and this method is responsible to return back the particular card type information, the list of all customer whose card type is belong to the particular card type, like a MasterCard, Visa card. So I would like to retrieve all the customer who is using a Visa card. So we'll just call this method get customer by card type, and we'll pass Visa here, and then customer will return all the list of the particular customer. And here we have a get customer by card type. So we will pass a string and int here, and it will be returned all the list of customer here. So this method, the next method is get customer by status. So we'll pass the status, like a customer is active or inactive. So that method is responsible to return back all the customer who is active, all the customer who is inactive. So this method get customer by status, again the status may be the active or inactive customer, thousands or lakhs of the customer is there. So that time we are not able to deal once the we can at a time we will fetch lakhs of the customer who is active or inactive. So what we will do, during we will utilize a pagination concept, where we will provide a start value or max value. According of that, Hibernate runtime system will generate a query, and that will be fetch that much value that will be provided under the max count. We will show you that how that exactly pagination will work, and how the Hibernate provided the functionality, through that we can achieve that pagination concept. The same thing here we can utilize, like a pagination we can utilize a scroll down. So when, for example, I have one application, when we have the table, but table we have the lot of value, means lakhs of the value is there, but we are not loading one lakhs of value inside that particular table. When we are scroll downing, that time after the page, when it will become automatically load the next page, and that time it will be fetched from the database and load inside the table. So also, as like a pagination, we can utilize the same functionality of scrolling down. This one is the get customer by balance. that also we will provide a particular balance and we will get the customer information. This is a get customer by balance. Again we will provide a pagination concept. We will provide a balance is equal to 1000 and we will provide a something start value and max value to integer. According of that pagination will be work. Here get customer will pass to a string value, according of that it will be give. Here get customer will pass two different string and int. According to the different method is responsible to fetch the data in different way. Actually why I am writing a that much method, because we can utilize as much more query we can utilize in our application. So first you just try to write this customer do classes where we have add customer that have a customer their parameter, they are directly taking a customer type. After that update customer, again customer parameter, that delete customer we will pass the integer value, that is a unique value, means we will pass the primary key and we will delete it. After that get customer by CID is here, we will pass the CID and we will get the particular customer. We have the customer by email ID, so means we will pass the particular email and we will return the customer. Here we have a get all customer, so we will call this method and we will get all the customer, like a select a star from particular table name. So like that query is here. So get all customer, again because get all customer have a lot of data, so we don't want to handle this one, so we have to pass get all customer. So after that int start and int total, that pagination concept will be work. The next is a get customer by CT, will pass the CT and we will get the customer. So again we will get the lakhs of the customer, so handling of this customer is a difficult. So here we have the pagination concept. We will provide a starting in which data we want to, where the index 10, 20, 30 want to start. For example start is now is a 0, so and total is 10, so we will fetch the data 0 to 10. So next start will be 10 and total is again 10, so we will fetch the data 10 to 20. Next start will be moved to the 20 and total is again 10, so we will fetch the data 10 to 20 to 30, next time 30 to 40 and next time 40 to 50, like that we can fetch. The next is a get customer by name, so we'll provide a particular name and we will fetch. Again maybe the same kind of name, thousands of record will become, we are handling only 10 or 20 or 50, 100 records. So again the pagination concept we can apply in the same method, where we'll pass int start and int total and we can retrieve the functionality. Again the next method is there, get customer by card type. So card type is a Visa or something, so we can retrieve get customer by Visa or MasterCard kind of thing. The next method is get customer by card type. So card type we will provide, because this method that is responsible to return all the record, and here we make chances to get the huge record and we are not going to handle the huge record at a time. So what we will do in the next method, we will provide a start value and total value. Through that we can achieve a pagination concept and we will tell the database now the fetch the data how much the total value we are providing, and the next time again fetch the next how much value we would like to retrieve. So we would like to retrieve 10 value every time, even the 100 of record is there. So we will start with the 0 to 10 first time fetching, again the next time 10 to 20, like that, so on. You can fetch 90 to 100. The next customer by status is here. So we can provide a status of the customer either active or inactive, and through that we can get all the customer. The same method get customer by status, we can provide the functionality. Through that we can utilize the pagination concept. We will tell that database you will provide me that a customer whose status is active or inactive, but you start with the 0 and total result only give me the 10. The next time we will call that same method, and now time we will say that now you will start with the 10 and you can fetch the next 10 means 20. So next is the get customer by balance. We will provide that means we want to fetch that some customer whose balance is 2000, 20,000, 30,000 kind of thing, and again if we will get the huge amount of the customer, so we have to means a difficulty to handle that huge amount of customer at a time. So we will provide a pagination concept, and other method is responsible to do some different kind of strategy to getting a customer by one parameter, 2 parameter, 3 parameter, and we'll see that how means exact implementation is there. So here we have the interface. So here the same customer DO we have to provide means write this implementation. So we have a Hibernate customer DO. So here we have a implementation of particular method. So the same add customer, what we are going to do, what the customer we will get, we will call C Hibernate template dot save. So C Hibernate template, I already show you that we are dealing the operation to save, update, delete, retrieve. We will go first and check that what exactly C Hibernate is doing. So C Hibernate have the few method, like if have all save, update, delete, load, and it have a find list with different kind of object. So through that we have we can means decided that how many exact method, through that we can deal all the functionality. As lowest method means, for example, within 4 method only we can handle all the kind of request that DO will be provided, then we can write that much request only. For example, if you see this customer DO, here we have the multiple methods. So here we have a total 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19, almost more than 20 method is there. But when we are see here in the customer Hibernate template, so what happening here, we have the very few methods, like a 4 methods, save, update, delete, load, and after that only 3 methods related to find. So 4 and 3, 7 method is responsible to deal with all 20 method. So here we have to reduce the code, as well as we reduce the code duplicacy problem, as well as we reduce the maintenance problem, because if some functionality will not work, we have to modify the according functionality only. For example, saving logic is the same, so we are saving a different kind of object, different with a different kind of data. So here the saving logic is the same, so we'll provide a saving logic, and sometimes if that our save logic will not work, so we have to modify only one place. So once we will modify it, it will be a effect to everywhere. So we will see here how the Hibernate means this template is doing. So I already explained about that, how we can write update, delete and all. So here this is very simple. We just for deleting we will load with that class and with that primary key that we will passing, and after that session dot delete we will provide that we will get that all object, because here in Hibernate query we are doing with means we are using a object to do the operation. So we would like to delete some object, so we need complete object. Either you will pass that object, then we can directly session dot load, we will pass that class and we will pass that particular object and delete. But if you provide me that primary key only and we would like to delete that object, then first we have to fetch that data, and when we will get that complete object, then we will call session dot delete and we will pass that particular object. So here we are doing the same thing, we are loading, we try to fetch the complete data through that primary key, and after that we would like to delete that data. So this is an example of the deleting. The next is here it's update. So what object we will call, we will use session dot update, so we will update the data. Here we have save, so if we call save method to pass that particular object, and we will call here session dot save and we will pass the particular object and we will save the data. Delete I already explained. Load, again we will do that, what the object will provide serializable ID, primary key, and we will provide the particular class, which class data you would like to load. So here class why we are providing, because I already explained about that Hibernate query language is dealing with object and its property, it's not dealing with the table. So when we try to load some data, we need the table information as well as we need the primary key, which data you want to load. But as we know that Hibernate query language is dealing with the object, so here we do not have a direct deal with the means particular table name or kind of thing. So table name is associated with the particular class name. So whenever the customer data we would like to store in the my customer table, we will use always customer as a class name. So we will pass that particular class name here, and internally Hibernate related runtime system will be map that particular data particular class through that means map with table name. So internally they are doing, but we have to provide only class name, and after that primary key as a serializable ID, and it will be a do that operation. The next operation is there, we would like to find list, and we will provide a object as an argument. So we will provide here, and we will here we will set the parameter, how many parameter we will provide, query dot set parameter, like that. We would like to call, I will show you that. For example, we would like here, it's a where arg is there, so how many object we will pass, it's automatically that much we will use set parameter here. So for example, I have a SQL is equal to from, just 1 second, like I have SQL equal to from customer CUST where CUST dot ID equal to something, and CUST dot name equal to something, and also and CUST dot status equal to this one. So now we have a 3 parameter. So what we will do, we will write this 3 parameter. First ID equal to something, this we will create one object obj, and will push new object, and will push all the record like a ID like 101, and customer name like Amit, and status is active. So what happened, we have a now object is a 3, so this where arg, this where argument, it's having a 3 object. So here 3 times this loop will be go, and that will be set parameter first, that will be set parameter 0th location will be set 101, the next one first location it will set Amit, next location it will be set active. So our complete this query now with query is like this parameter, so it will become like 101, and here name equal to Amit, and here it's become customer ID equal to some 101 or something. So like that we can utilize the same method to achieving this functionality. In this method we can pass any number of argument replacing that placeholder, and here q dot set parameter will be responsible to set all the query internally, and how much placeholder is there automatically we will provide. After that we will call q dot list, and it will be return the particular value. So one find list is a handle to responsible all kind of thing. The next find list, here we will utilize a pagination concept, and here we have a start, here we have total, and here we have a string str. So we will see that how we can utilizing this pagination concept. So when we will pass this HQL, for example I have HQL, like we have a string HQL, from customer C where C dot, from customer C where from customer C where C dot CT equal to this placeholder. Now we have this query, For example, we want to retrieve the data with pagination concept. Actually here we would like to fetch data through that particular pagination concept. So what happened here, we'll provide this SQL and we will provide a str as a CT. So we will set first here we will set as a str. So here str will, for example, now we are calling this method like this. We are calling this method, here we are passing this SQL, and I have int start is 0 right now. In total we have, I would like to retrieve 10 value at a time, and here we would like to provide that string str as a customer who belong to Chennai. So I called this method by providing this parameter. So here we will set that first Chennai as a CT. So we will provide this a first location like this one, q dot set parameter here. Just my mouse is not working. Yeah, now it is working fine. Yeah, so q dot set parameter will pass the 0th location because this position is the first placeholder. So we will pass 0th location as a str and we will pass the particular CT here. And here we have a q set max result and set first result. So in the query we will create query dot session query, and will after that we'll provide this SQL. That SQL we are getting here. My SQL is from customer C, where C dot CT equal to something. So we'll create a query. Query will be created by the session object. So session dot create query method is responsible to create a query, and we'll pass the particular SQL value here. So SQL is from customer C, where C dot CT equal to some value, and here we have q equal to q dot set first result, and we will set the first result as a 0. That what result we are coming, it's a 0. So we will set here as a 0, and here q dot set max result. So max result, the second parameter 10 it's coming, so it is set 10. And again the third parameter we have the string, so we'll set parameter 0 and str. So str is a Chennai, so we'll set Chennai. So now our query become like a from customer C, where C dot CT equal to Chennai, and its starting position is 0, and we will fetch the next 10 record. So it will be trigger a query that will be called from customer C, where C dot CT equal to Chennai and start index equal to 0, and max we have to get inside the list only 10 element. So according of that pagination concept will be work. This has to remove this functionality, through that we can make it stable. Yeah, now it is fine. So here a find list, it is responsible to take SQL as a query, int start, int total for the pagination concept, or we would like to load data in lazy loading. Whenever we required, we will load it at a time. We don't want to fetch all the data, so it will be achieve pagination concept. Pagination concept will be utilized by the two method, where we are set first result will be apply on the query object. So we will apply q dot set first result. What the index we will provide, that index result will be returned, and the max result when you will call q dot list, in that list size how much object you want, how much size of that list you want, that much you will provide as a max result. And something if you want to provide here set parameter kind of thing, like a CT or something where clause you want to achieve, then we can write like that. So this method find list is responsible to handle any kind of SQL where we will provide a start and total value with the particular placeholder value. We can achieve this functionality. So whenever we can pass some SQL like a from where CT equal to something, or we can pass some card who is active or not active. We'll pass from customer C where C dot card status equal to some active non-active thing, and start value equal to 0 and total value equal to 100 200, what how much data we want to fetch. So this method is responsible to handle all kind of pagination through that SQL, through that start total, and start total we will apply on the query object. We will call set first result, set max result. Through that automatically pagination concept will be work, and this two method is responsible to return the data, how much data we will want, and then q dot list will be return the all the data. Here session factory SF equal to c hibernate util dot get session factory, again this find object. So here what we are doing, we are calling SQL, and after that we are providing a multiple where clauses like customer C where C dot CT equal to some first placeholder, like that. I will explain you here. Like my SQL is here, string SQL equal to from customer TS where CTS dot name equal to first and CTS dot CT equal to second and CTS dot card or account balance greater than 1 lakhs. So again the placeholder. Like that. Now my query is from customer CTS where CTS dot name equal to first placeholder, CTS dot CT equal to second placeholder, and CTS is equal to account balance is third placeholder. So we are passing a 3 variable as a here object. So here what we will do, we will retrieve that object, we will go through that for loop and we will set one by one. So first value what we will pass, we will set q dot set parameter 0th location, we will set CTS dot name equal to Amit. So it will become like Amit. Now second CTS dot CT. So here the second again it loop will go and it will be 0 become a 1 here. So 1th position it will be set CT. So CT may be Chennai. We are passing here inside that object. First is Amit, second is a Chennai, and again it loop will go and third time it will come here and it will show account balance equal to thousands. So we will set here set parameter. Now it will be a 2 and it's a 1 lakhs. So we would like to retrieve the data. So customer, all the customer whose name is Amit and who belong to the Chennai and who account balance is more than 1 lakh rupees. So it's become like that. Now we don't want to fetch the data from this third parameter. We just want all Amit who belong to Chennai. So we'll remove this one and we'll pass this query. So now we have only 2 placeholder, like name equal to Amit and CT equal to some this placeholder. So here in this object we'll pass only 2 query, and now here what happen here CTS dot, again it will be, it have this argument length have a 2, so it will be go to the 2 times. So first time it will set 0 here and argument it will be pass here like a CTS dot name, and first it will pass Amit. So query dot set parameter first location is Amit, second time it will go and it will set q dot set parameter as a first position at it will be set Chennai. So it will become like that. So through that this variable argument we can achieve dynamic method. They can handle multiple where clauses. Either we can provide a one placeholder, either we can provide 100 of placeholder. It will be work fine and it can handle multiple requests. Through that where clause, and we will see that how exactly we are using the where clause that available here. So how we are how we going to call in the Hibernate template by using a Hibernate DO. So this 4 method that create, update, delete and retrieve operation we already see in the many places how we are using. So not much more difficulty here. We just call dot save and we will pass that particular customer, and for update again we will call that C Hibernate util dot update, and here C Hibernate, here we will delete, we pass this one, and this load we will utilize this one. I already explained about that how that functionality is working, and we'll check that quickly in the template also, means how the save is working. So exactly add customer is responsible to add particular customer. What the customer you would like to add here, you just create the particular customer object and call this C Hibernate util and then save and pass that particular object inside that. So we just see that how the save is working. So save logic is here. We are creating a session factory object through that C Hibernate util dot get session factory, and after that we just initiated the session, open session. After that we just begin the transaction, and after that session dot save, and after we will do that tx dot commit, and after that we will do session dot close. So here exactly one thing we are doing, what the object we are passing to calling this save object as a parameter, we will just use session dot save here, and after that what the value will be happening, that we will save inside the database. So save logic is very easy. Just we have to get the session factory through the C Hibernate util. That C Hibernate util is a simple util classes. There are each and every project, each and every lab we are using this C Hibernate util. Here what we are doing, we have this static block. Here we are creating a singleton object. So first when we are going to do the session factory object, we have to do configuration cfg is equal to new configuration. After that cfg dot configure. After that factory cfg dot build session factory. So here we are using a static block. Whenever we use a static block means that initialization will happen only at a time, and then that initialization it will be only the class loading time, and always we will get that session factory object through this factory method, and here session factory method will be returned. So this method is public, and other all are the, here its initialization happen because the static only the class load time, so it becomes a singleton. We will not call initialize instantiated or initialize this the session factory object in many time. Only one session factory is enough to do operation in one database. If you would like to create a multiple database, then we will create this type of C Hibernate util multiple different, and after that we will do that operation. Now we'll come back our C Hibernate util template. So here we are calling C Hibernate util dot get session factory. So session factory is required for doing the next operation after that session. So session factory is responsible for creating a session. So here we are calling session factory through open session. So session is created. After that we have to start the transaction. So top of the session we will call begin transaction. So begin transaction method is responsible to create a transaction, and here session dot save. So what the object we will pass, we will save here, and after that just commit. If anything will happen, then we will roll back the particular transaction, and we will return the particular ID in primary key or that complete object that we are returning object. So yes, if we return a successfully particular object, then our task is done. So this save method is responsible to save. Again we will come back in Hibernate customer DO. So save task is done. Next is update customer. So we would like to update some customer information like that. Now name is Amit. Now we would like to change that name with Amit Pathak. So we'll change that customer object, customer CTS equal to new customer, and cust.name equal to something will provide, and we will call this method update. So how update is doing that operation, we'll check here. So again the session factory, here we will passing that object, and session factory we will getting through that Hibernate util.get session factory, and here session we are opening that session, begin the transaction, same thing. This step is almost same in each and every program, so always I no need to explain about this thing. And here I have to just use session.save and will pass that particular object, and it will be returned that object as a ID, because save and all method is returning that particular customer where that operation is performed, and we will return that object as a ID here. Something is happened, then we will roll back here. So this second operation, that update will work. How we are deleting here, so we'll check that how we are deleting. So delete, we will pass that class. That now we are doing that customer object, so we will pass like a customer.class here, and after that serializable S means we will pass that particular primary key. All primary key are serializable here in the Hibernate runtime system, so by default they are part of the subclass of that serializable. So here again we will create the same stage, a session factory, session and transaction up to that same. Here what we will do, we'll call session.load, we will pass that particular class and particular primary key, and here we will return that primary means that object here, and after that through that object we will delete, because here Hibernate runtime system we are dealing with the object, not dealing with the particular value. So here we will pass session.delete, we will pass that object and it will be delete. So that way that function is work. The next function is get customer by CT. So here that we would like to get customer by CID. So we'll pass that ID, and we would like to load the customer by CID. So again Hibernate util, and we will call that same load method. We'll pass that customer.class and CID. We already see that how the load method will working. So we have the class type here. So now customer is a class and serializable, like for example we want to retrieve customer whose ID is 101. So we will pass here 101. So we have to load that particular class and particular unique ID, that primary key, and after that tx.commit and session.close. So we will, and what the object we will get here, we just return here. That's way that up to get customer by CID will work. The next method, here we are starting our SQL. Till now we have the 4 core method where we are doing the 4 code operator like a create, retrieve, update and delete. Now we will start with our focus where we are going to write our main SQL logic. So now the first method, get customer by email, here we are writing a first SQL. So we'll write here SQL, otherwise we will write directly SQL here. Either we will put that SQL in the property file, and through that property file we will retrieve that SQL. So for example, in some time we would like to change that SQL query, then we no need to modify that SQL inside that this Java file. We have to just modify in the property file and automatically it work. But now it is fine. Now we are using that SQL directly here. SQL from it says there from customer C, where c.email equal to something, and that email we will pass as a second parameter of find object. So find object, now we are passing this SQL as well as that email ID. For example, we will call get customer by email in the main method in the here client, and will pass that string like email ID equal to Amit @visual path. So it will become from customer C, where c dot email equal to Amit Pathak dot visual path. So here find object, what is the find object? So find object is able to handle multiple object as an argument. So now we are passing only one argument, and our query is that like we have a two parameter. So here in this object we have only one, like we have object, we have only one parameter, that is called Gmail Amit@visual path, that we are passing, and HQL, our HQL we are passing like SQL is equal to from customer CTS, where CTS dot email equal to this placeholder. So this two parameter here, this HQL equal to from customer C, from customer CTS, where CTS dot email equal to something, and in object we have only one object like Amit@visual path. So it will come here, and this operation we will create a session factory, session transaction as it is. We will create a query we will create top of the session object. So we will call create query, and we will after that create query it will be return a query object. So here when we call to the create query method, we have to pass that HQL, and that HQL we are getting through as a parameter here. Now as a just example I wrote here, we are getting a from customer CTS, where CTS dot email is equal to something as a placeholder. So we'll get like that. So here it's just like that, and next is there we have this object, that object argument is only one, inside that object length is only one. So this loop will be run only one time, and that time only we will set q dot set parameter. So it's a 0th location, so it will be in the 0th position. We'll set first argument. So here it will not work, actually I have to pass I, then it is a dynamically work. So now I is equal to 0. If we pass the second time, again it will be set on the 0 only, so it will be create a problem. So now ith is equal to 0. The second, if we have like that CTS dot email equal to something and CTS dot name equal to again some placeholder, the second time if we have the 0, then it will be create a problem, it will throw the exception. Now it is a fine, it will work, and it will retrieve, and after that get list dot get 0, and we will return back that list. So this method is fine. That we'll see that next what we are doing. So net get customer by email. The next is get customer by card number. So we'll pass that card number, and this placeholder find object, again the same method, find object. Here we are passing only one parameter, so it will be a run one time and set the parameter 1, and what we will pass here CCN number, that will be set here. So now become a from customer C, where C dot cart number equal to 100 or 105, what the parameter we will pass, and the same find object, this same method is responsible to handle this operation. So we will move into the next, get all customer. So we will write like a from customer C. So this query is retrieve all the customer object, and here find list is a method to retrieve list of the object. So here we have find list, we have only one argument, that we will set here, even no argument is there, that object, or it that find list we have without this object. So this is not exact method what I explaining. Okay, this is fine. So if no parameter is there, we no need to set here, and nothing will set. So it will work that same query from customer C, this one will be work, and it will retrieve all the customer object and return as a list of that customer. So next is a get all customer. So again from customer C, we will write this method. I think both are the same. Oh, okay. Get all customer. Here we will utilize that pagination concept, start and total. So we will pass here like a from customer C, where start equal to 10, start equal to 0 and total equal to 10, and here we can achieve that pagination concept. The two parameter will become, no, this functionality is not. We have the pagination concept. Yeah, int start this. So here int start, int total, and the string we will pass. So here the first result, max result, and set parameter will work. So it's become like that. HQL and start and total. Again one more method is there that not have this string str. That's the reason it is calling this functionality. So we have to create one more method. Where we don't have a str kind of thing. So will not set this str. So now this is calling this find list. Here we have HQL, start and total, because we don't have any placeholder, so the third parameter will be not required here. So now it will be called our method. Newly created method that just now we created. What we did here, we created session factory, session transaction query. We created session dot create query, q dot set first result, q dot set max result. So here what we will pass, it will be set here, and after that q dot list. So just remember, once the query is finished, we have to retrieve all the value from the database. That time we are calling that list, 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 and through that we are getting a complete list of the particular object. So now here we are dealing a list with the customer, so we will get that list and we will return that list. So next method is get customer by CT. Here we are passing from customer C, where c dot CT equal to placeholder. Again we will pass that HQL and particular CT name. So in this find list method, that will be take our HQL and pass as a set parameter of that particular CT. So next is again the same get customer by CT. Here we will use the pagination concept. So we will start and total we will pass, and we can retrieve this through that pagination concept. So here start, total, and CT, whatever what the CT will want, we can pass. So what the CT we will get through here, this we will call this method. So here is this Hibernate customer DO will be called by lab 43 client, and here Hibernate customer DO, here we can call C Hibernate template. So three call is there. First we will call here to Hibernate customer DO, and here Hibernate customer DO we are calling C Hibernate template dot Java. So this is a 3 level. So here find list, again it will provide here the starting and total and the CT, it will work. Next is get customer by ID, will provide the particular name, get customer by name, and we will provide a name and we will retrieve. Again find list, we will pass here name, what the name we will that is responsible to find list, we will set here, and they can fetch and return back that value. The next method is get customer by name, where we are passing from customer C, where C dot name is equal to some placeholder. The same method we will apply with the pagination concept. So we have to provide two new parameter, start and total, where they can apply inside the find all. We can set first, set max result, like the set first result, set max result, start and total, and it is work as it is, that our functionality is working and pagination concept will find. So next is a get customer by card type. So we will provide a card type. So HQL we will be here. So we will pass that HQL and card type, and find list will is responsible to modify that query, and store the particular means return back the particular list of all customer whose card type is something. The next is get customer by card type. Same method we will apply the pagination concept, because here we will get the multiple object. So we would like to 10 object only. So we will provide a start and total. Again in the find list method is responsible to set start, set max result inside that, and through that we can achieve the pagination. The next method is there, get customer by status, and here we have from customer C, where C dot status is called something, and find list method we are passing, and it is responsible to fetch all the customer whose C dot status is equal to what the status we will pass here. Maybe it will be provide, it return back a huge amount of that customer object, so we can provide the same thing with the pagination concept here. The next is there, get customer by balance. Through that balance we would like to get, and here again the pagination concept we will apply. What the balance will return back, through that start and total will be there. So we would like to scrolling value or pagination concept. Here get customer by CT is there, and we are passing a CT and card type. According of that, two parameter will be here. So from customer C, where C dot CT equal to first placeholder and C dot card type is equal to second placeholder. So we'll call find list, and again we will pass SQL CT and now card type here. So CT and card type will be a store here, and it will be call again the get customer. The pagination concept same, what the get customer is here, but here we will retrieve all the customer who belong to the particular CT and who belong to particular card type. Here we want to retrieve the same thing, but only 10 or 20 record, that much we want to scrolling record or pagination concept. Here get customers is there, where that SQL is there from customer C, where C dot CT equal to something, C dot card type is equal to something, and C dot status is equal to something. So we have a 3 parameter here. So we are calling card type, CT, card type and status, and we are passing SQL. So here find list is responsible to add all CT card list card type top of our SQL and fetch the list data and return the list data here. So same thing we would like to provide a pagination concept, then it will be return some scrolling value and pagination value. So now all the method we know how we can retrieve the value. We'll see that quickly one by one. So now we have update customer, add customer, update customer, delete customer, get customer by ID, get customer by email, get customer by card number, get all customer with start and like a pagination concept. Again here get customer by CT, here get customer by CT with the pagination. We have a get customer by name, directly particular name, that is returning all customer whose name is belong to the something, that will pass as a parameter. Here we have a customer, get customer by name will with pagination concept, that int and max result. Here we have a get customer by card type with only card type. Here we have a pagination concept with get customer by card type. On the method customer by status, we will pass that particular status and we will get list of the all customer whose status is active, inactive kind of thing. Here same thing we will apply on pagination concept. Next is there get customer by balance. We will pass that particular balance and we will retrieve all the customer whose balance belong to the particular number. Maybe it will be a huge amount what customer comes, so we would like to pagination concept. So this method is responsible to apply get customer by balance as a pagination concept. Here get customer is there, where we have a 2 string, like through that we can retrieve it. Here get customers is there, that 2 string as a parameter and 2 int is there. So get customer again 3 string is here, so it's a pagination concept here. And get customer again that 3 string and 2 parameters there, that I already explained here how we can retrieve. So we'll call this method here and we'll try to access all the functionality one by one. So now we are just going to do add customer. So we'll created that customer and we'll call add. So add customer is responsible to add the value. Here we are getting all the customers. So that particular object, yes, this factory method I already explained about that. We are not going to create directly customer DO. So So here customer DO we are getting through the factory method. So we have a customer DO. So through that we will get that particular customer DO. So we have a customer DO factory here. So customer DO factory, we are writing customer DO is equal to new Hibernate customer DO, and here we are same static initialization, because we would like to customer DO as a singleton, and one factory method is there, public static customer DO get customer, and through that we are getting a customer DO. So we have the instance of that customer DO, and through that we are calling all the methods. So we'll add customer DO, we'll call CADO dot add customer, will pass that particular customer and will add, and after that we have a get all customer. So we'll call this get all customer. After that we just want to loop through all the customer and print in the console. We can do that Java 8 concept also, list.forEach, and we'll provide customer, and we'll provide system.out.println that particular value C. So no need to do this operation, this both are the same. So we can utilize any of the function. Here we just what the value we retrieve we want to show you here. The next is there, get customer by city, will pass that as city equal to Bangalore. The next is there, we get customer by city, we just want to pass as a pagination. Let's start with 0 and it will return back 3 value. Here we would like to call get customer by card type, where card type equal to Visa. Here we would like to get customer by card type, where Visa and start value is 0 and total value is equal to 2. So it will be even that customer who is holding a Visa, if thousands of customer is there, then this here we are getting only 2 record. So again printing this value here. This method we are get customer by balance, where we are passing a 22,000 rupees. So the customer who have a 22,000 rupees, it will be get back here. So here we have a get customer by status, so we will enable or disable status, we will return back. Maybe it will return a multiple record that can be handled, it's a very difficult. So here we have the pagination concept, where we'll pass that 0 to 3, just 0 to 3, and we can utilize that pagination concept. The next is here get customer by name, so we will pass YAK, and after that it's again pagination concept, because we already use get customer by here with the customer name. So here get customer by Bangalore and Visa, will pass it and retrieve it. Here we can enable get customer, and we can pass 3 parameter like a Bangalore, Visa enables, and after that get customer itself have that query from customer C, where C dot CT equal to something, C dot card type equal to something, that will be apply here. And next get customer by email, where we'll pass that particular email and we will get the value. Next is get customer by card number, so whose card number is 11145, that will be returned back. Here get customer by card number, again we will get back. So this all functionality is responsible to return back the all the method. We just run, actually we'll see that where it is storing all the data. Maybe that inside the table no much more data is there, so this functionality maybe not work. We have to push the data, according of that it will be create a function. So here the configuration file, so we are using a Visual Path 4, so we'll run this one, this client. Because few records that we want to retrieve, maybe it's not available there, that's the reason it's throwing some exception. But yes, as it is, it's working. Most of that functionality is working. Once we have the multiple record, it will be get. Like here we have passed that customer all 0 to 1 by CT. Here we are retrieving. So all belong to the Bangalore. It's retrieved here. Here by city, that pagination concept 3 to 5. So we are retrieving this 0 to 3. So we retrieve 3 value, start with 1 and 3 retrieve. Here we would like to yes, here we retrieve the customer card type. So we retrieve all the customer by card type, so all the customer will return. But next we would like to retrieve only the pagination concept. So here we retrieve 0 to 2, so only 2 value will return. Next time we will call here 2, and again it's 2 to 4 we will retrieve. So pagination concept will be achieved. Here we are retrieving a balance, customer by balance. So customer whose balance is 2200, we will retrieve all the customer, and the next we will provide a pagination concept. So through pagination we will provide. So here status we are calling. So status, so active enable status will pass. So all the customer whose status in enable we retrieve here, and after that here we are calling the status, the same thing with the pagination concept. We will provide a 0 to that start with 0 index and max equal to 3. So 3 result only we will get. Here we will provide by name. So we will provide by name SK1. So all record is related to SK1 itself. So we will get SK1. After that we will provide the same thing related to pagination. So pagination will work. So it is working fine. Only 16 that customer by email, it's a customer is not mapped. So customer by email we are fetching some record, but maybe the email is wrong. So it is throwing a 16 number 16. So SK1 customer is not mapped from customer CTS, where CTS dot email equal to SK1 SK1 dot visualpath.com. So now we are getting that customer email ID equal to null. So that functionality is work. Just try to create. So first create this DOA, customer DOA. So data access object, just map all the method that we want to retrieve. After that you just write one template method, hibernate template, where you have this all the functionality that you are going to do with the application. And after that we have a hibernate implementation of that DOA. So here you can write all your query, and you will call the template method to do the persistent operation. And here you have a client code, and here you can call this do method, and do method you can do class object you not directly create. Through creating instantiating, you just write one do factory, and here you will just instantiate it. So here you just instantiate by the static block. So through that it will be become a singleton, and you will return through that this object. And just try to run, it will work fine, and I am not thinking it will get any problem. And through this project I think it is a follow all the standard coding standard, and through that only we are using in the industry standard. We will create a DO, we create a template, and we create a factory, we create a singleton. According of that we will run our project. And just try to create, just go through that. And I am recommended that if you want to utilize a more query, just use that query, go through that Red Hat document and utilize all the query, pass here, and just think that how you can make a dynamic code, means merging multiple method in the single method, and how you can add in the C Hibernate util template. So for example, we would like to many method is there in DO factory, means here customer DO, and for example just try to merge all the method in the single method and try to call that method in, put that method in the C Hibernate template and retrieve it. So after this example I am thinking it's a very clear what is the HQL, and HQL is the more famous query languages. Most of the organization, most of the project is using HQL. Other is that criteria is there. I will show you that how that is also working. So I will come with the same kind of the lab and I will explain about that. So now I am thinking that SQL related means it's a done, SQL part is done. So next lab I will explain about the other query languages. Till now, thanks for watching video.